Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Star Citizen Alpha 3.4.2 is now live, and it's also come with a reset. Let's talk about the updates and patch notes. Firstly, the persistent database for the current patch has been reset, so Alpha UEC purchases, as well as spawn locations and crime ratings have all been wiped. The patch updates and fixes various bits and pieces. They increased the time limit for visiting mission givers and adjusted the cooldown on various missions, so this should mean that missions don't just randomly end before you can possibly get to them in a lot of situations when you're actually going towards to mission givers, when you've got an appointment with them or whatever. Once you've taken that, you should be able to get to them in a timely manner now, without it again just going, nope, you can't possibly get there in time. They've removed additional cargo capacity from the 600 I Touring to match the design intent. They've adjusted quantum travel drive, overheat and cool times for smaller ships, hopefully reducing the amount of problems that they had previously. Additional audio effects for mining arm transitions and actions have been added. Perimeter gates at Lorville should no longer always show the gate as the transit destination on train displays. They fixed incorrect mesh in some areas of Lorville's no-fly zones and an invisible collision area in one of the underground facilities on Hurston. Missions should no longer fail if your ship is stored by the ATC or at a dock or port or whatever. Once it goes into storage, typically your missions would just go, nope, your mission's failed now, which was pretty annoying. There should now be audible ambience in Lorville's admin office. Opening the scanner when spooling your quantum drive should no longer cause a large drop in performance. That's actually really awesome that that's fixed, because previously, quite often when you'd quantum travel, your frames would go to zero or it would hitch for a couple of seconds. They fixed graphical issues in the hangar elevators at various rest stops. Delivery lockers should no longer remain stuck open after abandoning a mission. Multiple unrelated missions should no longer use the bounty danger text. The Freelancer Max should now have working headlights and should also be lockable. Players should no longer have the option to inspect or stow delivery crates. They've added the Ruto Eckhart collect and delivery variant missions that were missing previously. They've increased turret respawn range at underground facilities to avoid them respawning too quickly when players are near and have just cleared them out. They also expanded underground facility missions to accommodate more locations. Bad token text should no longer be present in the on-foot keybind section. The Reliant Core should no longer have placeholder text on various VMA, Vehicle Manager app, item ports. The Arena Commander Classic race checkpoints should now properly trigger when going through ring checkpoints. FPS Combat AI should no longer exhibit a response delay after shooting the first opponent that they encounter. Ships should no longer have small holes in their shields that allow damage to pass through. This was a major problem in 3.4.1, where people were able to literally snipe through shields and insta-kill certain things. Fps Ai should now consistently engage after the player runs away and returns to combat. Joker ship weapons manufacturer should now have a logo. Player bounty missions should now correctly appear. They've added audio effects to mining arm transitions. The objective marker for the leader in a scramble race should now be shown as a secondary style marker. The VMA should now save loadouts when used within player hangars. Leaving pilot seats and returning while in quantum travel should no longer break the QT or quantum travel HUD. Players should no longer spawn at map origin when logging out in a ship bed while not in close proximity of a base. Various sections of Lorville's hab should now no longer be missing ambience and audio cues. Korea assassination missions are no longer advertised across the entire Stanton system. Ship canopy should no longer open and close randomly by themselves. Ships should no longer experience limited functionality following instance recovery after a crash. UGF Eldbridge missions should now correctly spawn objectives and markers. Com video calls should now return when players return within distance of each other. They fixed an issue where character eyes and hair could appear blurry. Missiles and atmosphere should no longer stick to the target's hull and fail to explode. That was actually quite a funny bug. Mission boxes should no longer teleport to origin when put down or dropped. Commodities purchased via the kiosk should no longer be removed when the ship is spawned. Weapons and items should no longer be able to be placed in any slot. and they fixed 16 client crashes and 8 server crashes. There are a couple of major known issues still in the patch though. Ship AI can appear immobile and in a bad state. That is pretty annoying, especially for combat missions or any missions that involve NPC combat in ships. Voip is currently off by default and will need to be enabled on the comms section of the mobiGlas by clicking the bell icon. Not actually a major issue in my opinion. I think Voip should be off by default. I suppose it could be on by default and you just push to talk like you would normally. I don't know, but I like the idea that it's off by default. A couple of gripes I still have with the patch are the 600i still requiring a lot of fixing. It has a lot of issues. Hasn't received much in the way of any love for this patch. The mobiGlas is still bugged. That's something that does really need to be fixed. And AI in general just needs a good amount of work. Having the every gun under the sun equipable at ships exploit fix was super important here though, and a reset because of that seems sensible, and getting a patch out as quickly as possible also seems sensible. It looks like the UI had priority over any checks that would have been done when an item was equipped, so that caused problems with the database that wouldn't check if something could be equipped or not before the UI just went, yeah, chuck it there. That's what it looks like. So we're going to have resets with every major patch probably, and some minor patches based on whether they need to have a new database, whether they've changed anything on the way the databases work, whether they need to clear up stuff for testing. The fact that there was a major exploit here, meaning a load of ships had items equipped that they shouldn't have been able to have from 3.4.1, seems like a good reason to reset the databases to me. However, in the future, once we have full persistence and we're getting towards server meshing and stuff, I expect to see resets less and less, and potentially not see those resets even on some major patches. Eventually, we will have no more resets, which will be awesome. Alpha 3.5 and a new flight model looms ever closer. One of the major things that is kind of needed with that patch is both AI on the ground and in ships working a bit better, and to be a bit more of a challenge. The FPS AI is actually more active in 3.4.2, to be honest, but it still needs a ton of work. They are moving around. They aren't just standing entirely still all the time. They are trying to go into cover, although their animations aren't perfect and that sort of stuff, but it's getting there. There's obviously a ton of work that needs to be done, but please tell me what you think after playing 3.4.2. Are you enjoying the new patch? Is there some major issues that have now appeared that you didn't have before? Is there something that they still haven't fixed that you're like, why have they not fixed this yet? This is obvious. Or are you having a great time? Please tell me in the comments below. Every month we have a giveaway for a Star Citizen ship. For January, we have a standalone Anvil Carrack, the mighty explorer vessel. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and then comment on any of my videos released during the month. You can find more details in the comments below. If you don't have a gaming PC yet, or you are upgrading, instead consider Shadow Cloud Gaming. They allow you to leverage the powers of the internet to stream a high-spec Windows 10 environment to any other PC, Mac, or device like a smartphone or tablet. It is working really well in Star Citizen's 3.4 branch, and be sure to use the code BoredGamer if you do decide to check it out to get a discount. Links below. For those of you wanting to support the channel further, there is Patreon, and I will be looking for an alternative platform as well for people that have requested that. But in addition, or as an alternative to that at the moment, there's the YouTube channel memberships, literally the join button below this video, or direct donations via the links below as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help me. Any feedback or opinions is greatly appreciated and helps guide the channel working out what content is a good idea to put out next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.